So now let's start. Start with the first question. So this first question is just simply prism, okay? So how do you know, how do you identify that it's a prism? When you have a uniform cross-sectional area, uniform cross-section, it means that it will be called a prism. Okay, so what is uniform cross-section? You can see that here and the other side is the same area. So that's called uniform cross-sectional area. So uniform cross-sectional, you just imagine like if this solid is right in front of you as like a piece of cake. So you are able to cut in a direction whereby you can have a uniform shape. That's called a prism. So when it's a prism, okay, for prism, I want you to write down two formula to find volume and total surface area of prism. Okay, I use red color because it's the formula. So volume of prism, it is always base area multiplied by the height. And this base area are referring to the cross-sectional area. So sometimes they call it base area, sometimes they call it cross-sectional area. It's the same thing. They are referring to the same thing. So then the next is the total surface area. Most of the time, volume, most students can handle. It's the total surface area that they always get confused. This shape is easy. So, but I'm using this shape to explain first. Later third question, it will be slightly different kind of a cross-sectional area, so you can see better as well. So in this case, total surface area of a prism, it will be using parameter of base times height, bracket it up, then plus 2 base area. Okay, so that's the formula for total surface area. Wait, let me adjust a bit. Okay. Hopefully you all can see that, Okay. Okay. So parameter of base means the base is the same. This one, parameter of base means like for this case is this plus this plus this. That called parameter of the base. The height is the height of the prism. In this case, it is the number 10. That means like sandwich, 2 base area. When you cap it, the 10 is the height. So parameter of base times height will actually give you all the lateral faces. Then you plus the 2 base area, so-called top and bottom. In this case, the top and bottom are facing us instead of top and bottom. Then after that, this will give us the total surface area. So that's the fixed formula, okay, to find volume and total surface area of prism. Okay, so we're going to use this and do this question. They asked to calculate the volume of the prism. So I'm going to find the base area. So I like to find base area separately. Okay, I know students like to combine it together straight away. Oh, base area times height. And then after they go to one whole line. But we split it. Why do we split it? Because the base area is very useful when you're going to find the total surface area. Because when this one, after we find the first part, we just plus 2 of the base area. Understand? So base area in this case, we know is a triangle. So this side is 7. This side is also 7. This is 3. This is 3 also. And just nice, this is a right angle triangle. So area of the triangle is just half times base times height. So all you need to do is, okay, half times 7 times 3. And that will give you 10.5 meters squared. That's the base area. So to find the volume, base area times height, so take this 10.5 multiplied by the height, which is the 10. So in the end, we get 105 meter cube. So that's the answer for part A. That's the answer for part A. Area of prism is just area of triangle times height. Then easy. Wrong. Volume of prism is area of triangle times height. Not area of prism. 10 is the height. No, okay. You don't get yourself confused. Height of the triangle and height of the prism is 2 things. So you see, if this thing is the other way around, okay, my drawing a bit not so good. So it looks something like that. Okay. So if this thing turn, okay, top and the bottom is a triangle, 10 is here, So 10 is the height of the prism, you understand? Okay lah, this 3 and 7, if I say 3 is the base, then I say 7 is the height. Right? If I say 7 is the base, then 3 is the height. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Because most important is the perpendicular. It's 90 degree. Huh? Agree? So a lot of times, the question not necessary is they draw this direction. When they draw this direction, then it's easy to see what is the height. Then if they draw it lying down, then student got confused. That they thought that the height of the prism is 3. But no. You have to spot what is your uniform cross-sectional area. Uniform cross-sectional area is a triangle. So the top and bottom is these two. And so it's like a sandwich. So this side will be the 10. That's the height of the prism. Okay? How I remember is the triangle is the area of the 3D shape. And then 10 is how much it is pulled. Wow. That's a very nice one to make it 3D. Yes, you are right. So what this student is saying that, imagine this is a triangle, right? Imagine you pull it, so it become longer, right? And that longer by how much? Longer by 10, and that's the height of the prism. And that triangle is the cross-sectional area. Okay, that's a very innovative way of finding. Good idea. Okay, next, calculate the total surface area of the prism. I know a lot of times students like to use the manual way of finding the total surface area of the prism. Okay, but we don't do that. You see, look at this one. You say easy, also not so easy. If I want to find the total surface area, I need to find the 3-corner rectangle and then after plus the top and bottom, correct? So this is still very straightforward. Okay. March, can you please block the Sylvester? Yes. Okay. So you see, I need to. So the best way is to use parameter of the base. So let's take a look over here. Now the only thing is I do not have the third side yet. I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem to find the third side. Okay. So I shall let this be L. So my L will be equals to 7 square plus 3 square and then you square root. This is Pythagoras theorem because it's a right angle triangle. So in this case, I will get 7.61577 cm. Meter. So that is the length, the third side here. So once we are done, I'm going to apply this formula over here. So total surface area, it will be parameter of base. So just 3 plus 7 plus this one. So it's 3 plus 7 plus 7.61577. That will be parameter of base. Parameter of the cross-sectional multiplied by the height of the prism. So my height of the prism is 10. So it's multiplied by 10. So this part will settle the lateral faces. So if you look at this direction, look at this one, it means that it's the tree wall. Okay? Question is unclear actually, a few assumption. What few assumption? I don't understand. Okay, anyway, so there's a tree wall, the 3 corners. This one, you see, if I'm going to rainbow, do you agree that 3 times 10 plus 7 times 10 plus this times 10? So actually it is 3 area rectangle. Okay, it's just 3 area rectangle. But we don't do the 3 times 10, this one. We don't use the manual method. We use this so that you can straight away cover all the lateral faces plus 2 base area. And my base area just now we already found, so it's 2 times 10.5. Okay, so everything plus together, you will get 197.15. So rounding off to 3SF, 197 meters square. Okay, so that's how you find total surface area. Thanks for the rows. Okay, this is how you find total surface area of a prism. Okay. So please write down somewhere this very important formula for prism. This in red color one. If combined into one equation, if wrong, will get error carry forward. You mean if you plus everything wrongly, is it? Where do you get the 10? The 10 is this one, which is the height of the prism. Times 2 is because you have two base area, top and bottom. Right? The two triangle. Okay? So for me is I press, you can see that I write two separate, right? But for here, I write the whole thing. I press together. So in actual fact, I've keyed these separately. I key these separately and then I add them. It's to reduce the mistake. How you get 10.5 times 2? 10.5 is the base area. Base area is the area of the triangle. So 2 times 10.5, that will be the two base area, or rather the top and the bottom lah. No, who says 7 is the hypo? Right angle triangle, the two lines, the two length that is guarding the 90 degree is the two shorter one. Hypo is the other, the L. In the formula of the total surface area, what is the base? This one. The base is this uniform cross-sectional area. This one. Parameter of base is the cross-sectional shape. So parameter of the base means 3 plus 7 plus L. See? 3 plus 7 plus L. That will be the parameter of my base. In other words, the cross-section, the triangle. Oh, Fauzi, that's a nice one. Hypo is always the side across the right angle. Yes, agree. Good. Okay. Okay, so we move on to the next question. So, question number 2. So, question number 2 is cylinder. Okay, so the figure shows a soda can A and it can be modeled as a cylinder of height 12 and 3. So this one very straightforward. Volume of a cylinder is the most easier one. Okay, so using the model, they ask you to show that the volume of the soda can is 108 pi. So volume of a cylinder, is same thing, is also base area times height. And because this is actually, cylinder is actually a prism. The uniform cross-sectional area is a circle. And so the base area, we apply area of circle, which is pi r square. So it is pi r square and then times the h. So my r in this case is 3. So it's just pi 3 square times the height, which is the 12. Take note that it's in terms of pi. So when you key calculator, you key 3 square times 12. It will give you 108. So therefore, it is 108 pi cm cube shown. Okay. So that is the part A. Next, they ask, using the model, estimate the total surface area. So some students may ask, why is it that they use the word estimate? It's because the actual can, if you strictly speaking, the can is not 100% the shape of a cylinder, right? So, but they estimate it into a form of a cylinder. So that is why they use the word estimate. It is not 100% accurate because this is not 100% the shape of a cylinder. Okay, so that's why it's an estimation. So again, total surface area of the soda, and because this is actually a prism, and we're going to use the same formula like what we did in question number 1. Okay, parameter of base. Yeah, I only use one circle, pi r square times h. Okay, volume of the cylinder is base area times height, and the base area is a circle. So I use one circle, which is pi r square then times height. I never use two circles. Yes, correct. It's only one circle. Okay, so now, total surface area, I'm going to use the same formula as just now. So I'm going to write out, actually, parameter of base multiplied by the height, then plus 2 base area. So this was the formula for total surface area of a prism, correct? And in this case, your base is the circle. Your base is the circle. How do you find parameter of base? So it is circumference of a circle. So it means that it is pi d. This is called the parameter of the base because it's circumference of a circle, multiply by the h. Okay, multiply by the h plus 2 base area. And my base area is circle, so it's 2 pi r square. So this pi dh is actually the curved surface area of the cylinder. Okay, it's the curved surface area of the cylinder. So 2 pi r squared by 2 pi rh. Yes, normals, that's correct. 2 pi r squared is the one whereby over here, my one. And your 2 pi rh is the same as mine because I use pi d, but d represent 2r, so it's 2 pi r as well. And then the h. Okay? So this pi dh is actually the curved surface area of the cylinder plus 2 base area, and that will cover the total surface area. So now pi 6, because radius is 3, diameter is times 2, so it's 6. And then multiply by the 12, which is the height, plus 2 pi 3 squared. So this is 72 pi, this is 9 times 2, so it's 18 pi. And therefore you get 282.74. Round off to 3SF, we get 283 cm squared. So this is the total surface area of the cylinder. Right? Very fast? Alright, very fast. Okay, Boba lover, if you are stuck in which part, you can just ask like which part you want me to repeat. Okay, so this is a cylinder shape. So volume of a cylinder, base area times height. You see, it's actually same as the formula of volume of a prism. Then all you need to remember is the base area is a circle, so you use pi r squared. That's the first part that I asked you to show. Okay, using the model, estimate the total surface area of the soda can. So total surface area, this formula was from question number 1. Right? So parameter of the base. First, you need to identify what is the base, correct? The base is not exactly the one that's facing at the bottom. Look at this question here. Just now, this one, my triangle is my base. But technically speaking, that this diagram, it is not the base. This diagram, the triangle is facing me. But our base is referring to the cross-sectional area. So if I redraw it in this direction, then the triangle, top and bottom, then it makes sense that it's called a base, right? But we don't identify that it's on the floor. It's not saying that it must be on the floor means it's the base. We identify the base as the cross-sectional area. So cross-sectional area is the triangle, okay? And that's why that's the base. Then when we come back to here, cylinder. Okay, the cross-sectional area is the circle, which is this part. You see, this is the one that is the uniform. This is the uniform area. And since this is the uniform area, because top and bottom is the same, so we call this the base. We call this the base. Okay, and that's why parameter of the base, my base is a circle. Circumference of a circle is pi d. Circumference and parameter actually is the same. Circumference is like a special word reserved for circle. You understand? But it is the same meaning. Can? Okay, so you see, so pi dh, pi d is the parameter of the circle, or rather the circumference of the circle is the same thing. It's just that circumference is a special word reserved for parameter of a circle, so it's called circumference. So it's pi d times h, then plus 2 pi r squared. So plug in, and you get the answer. Okay? Yes, correct. Okay, Boba lover, I don't know why you are still stuck. I already repeat, and if you are still stuck, too bad, I have to move on please watch the replay on the YouTube channel because I still have 5 questions behind to handle. Okay, so I'm moving on to the next question. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so now let's take a look at this question number 3. So this question is also a prism. It's just that this time round, the so-called uniform cross-sectional area is not so simple. Okay? So in this case, my cross-sectional area is this. Okay, is this one Okay, so the other side also have exactly the same thing. Okay, so my uniform cross-sectional area is this shape here. So question number A, part 1, they asked to find the area of the cross-section, okay, with the circle removed. So in this question, I will know that it will be the triangle plus the rectangle minus the circle. Agree? So that will be my cross-sectional area. So let's find out what is the triangle, base and height, and then the rectangle, length and breadth, and then after that circle, the radius. So now let's take a look. So over here, the very important information is here. AB equals to BC equals to AE equals to ED. So this and this is equal. Is equals to BC as well. Is also equals to ED. So these 4 sides are equal. So this is 50, means this side is 50, this one is also 50, and this is also 50. So now let's take a look at the triangle. Triangle is half times base times height. So when you look at the triangle, you just imagine that the circle is not there. So my base of the triangle is here, which is the same as the length of the rectangle, which is 80. So it is half times 80 multiplied by the height. So what is the height of the triangle? Look at here, this is 80. So 80 minus this 50, which is the BC here. So this side will be the 30. So height of the triangle will be 30. Right? 80 minus 50. So the height of the triangle is 30. So half times 80 times 30, that will be the area of the triangle. Then we're going to find the rectangle, which is 80 times 50. Then we're going to minus the circle. So I'm given that the diameter of the circle is 40. So the radius will be 20. So it will be minus pi r squared. So this is how you find the area of the cross section. Okay. So with this one press calculator, you get 1002. This one you press calculator, you get 4000 minus 400 pi. The whole thing press calculator, you get 3943.36. And we will round off to 3SF. So come, everyone. How to round off to 3SF? Tell me what's your answer for 3SF. That's not a pyramid. Pyramid is next question. This is a prism. Well done. 3943 is 4SF. The 400, wow. You 439, who's the one who give 43940? It's like you have $3,943 inside your bank. Okay lah, I hope you round up and become 40,000. But there's no such thing. When you only have $3,000 plus, it means it's $3,000 plus. There's no way you can round off to 40K lah. We hope so, but that doesn't happen. Yes, it's 3940. Take note, the one who round off to 3943, that is 4SF already. So, see, this is my first, second, third. This is my third SF. So, looking at the 3, I need to round down. But don't change your 4 to 3. So, you keep the same. So, that's why it is 3940. And this is area. And take note whether it is cm, is cm. So, this is cm square. So, 3SF. So, that's how you calculate the area of the cross-sectional area. So, this is a composite shape. This is a composite shape. So I have shown that I use triangle plus rectangle minus the circle. Okay, next, volume of the solid. Remember, I said that volume of a prism, very easy one. The 20 come from here. The 40 is the diameter of the circle. So radius will be 40 divided by 2. Mensuration is learned in Sec 2. Okay, but we are revising now because O level is is going to test from Sec 1 to Sec 4 stuff. Okay, let's move on. Volume of the solid. So we all know that prism, it is base area times height. And actually the base area, we actually already calculated in this part. So this is my base area. So it's just 3943.36. Okay, kids, be careful. Don't take the 3940 as the base area. You always, during calculation, you always take the long number. That is why if you see my past working, I always write the long one, then I round off. Okay, I never straight away round off. Why? Because I know that when I'm going to use the answer, I'm going to use the answer to do calculation for the next part, I need to use a long one. So if I use a long one, means that I don't want to waste my time to key into calculator again, right? So we always make it a habit to write the long one, then you round off. So in this case, you will have 3943.36. Now the question is, what is the height of the prism? So you see, the top and bottom is here. Again, this is a solid whereby the base is facing you. So like just now one of the students mentioned, right? So you pull the thing, you pull the cross-sectional area and you can see that actually it pull 150. So that is the height of the prism. Okay, so it's times 150. So we get 591504. So now another tough one comes. Round this off to 3SF. What will you get after rounding off to 3SF for this question? $592,000. Justin, did you miss the zero? Justin, if it's money, you missing 10, very important, right or not, Justin? Yes, 592 with 30. So see, first SF, second and third. So this 5 tells me that I need to round the 1 up. So it becomes 592. But a lot of students are power, sometimes they round off. They tell me, oh, round off become 592. Then I tell them, if your bank have $591,000, then I round off to $592. You accept or not? Cannot, right? So you must know that there's the 30 behind. This is called compulsory zero that you have to put. So we have to put in the 0. Yes, 3SF. Okay, so then this is volume. So this is cm cube. 3SF. Yes, don't lose the value. 5 is 500,000. So maintain the value. Yes. Okay. Well, algebra, I do long time ago already. I don't think now revision time I'm still doing algebra. If you want to look at algebra, you can go to my YouTube channel. Okay, go and search for algebra. Just search maybe under my video, search the keyword algebra and see what video pop up. Okay, so let's move on. This one, we are not done yet. We still have a part B. Okay, so popular question, they asked to find the total surface area. Right, and just now we already mentioned that this is a prism, correct? So if it's a prism, you use the formula. So my TSA will be perimeter of base times height plus 2 base area. So now let's identify what is the base. The base shape, this one a little bit small tricky. Okay, perimeter of base. Let's take a look. This is our base, correct? So perimeter is like the line. In this case, yes, 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 80 plus 50, yes. But do you notice that the inside, okay, because they cut a hole, right? So I need to include the circumference of the circle as well. Because when we talk about total surface area, this is hollow. Okay, this is hollow. So you imagine this solid right in front of you. And if there's a hole there, the inside there is a surface, correct? It's the curved surface area of the so-called the cylinder, the inside hole. So you will have to include the circumference of the circle when we are doing the perimeter of this. In other words, you are trying to find the perimeter of this shaded area. Okay? We use calculator pi unless the question asks us to use 22/7 or asks us to use 1.142 or asks us to use 3.14. If not, we always use calculator pi. So over here, now perimeter of base, I'm going to add all the length. So I will have 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 80 plus pi d, which is pi 40. And multiply by the height of the prism and plus 2 base area. And this 2 base area is exactly the same as what we did just now over here. This is my base area. So we're going to take the long number. So it will be 3943.36. So I'm going to repeat this part. Perimeter of the base. See this step here. What I did was 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 80 plus the circumference of the circle, which is pi d. That's why it is pi times 40. See here, this one is the perimeter of the base. Multiply by the height of the prism, which is 150. Then we go and plus the 2 base area. Okay. So this whole thing, when I key calculator, I get 405.6637. Then I'm going to multiply it by 150. Then we're going to plus this one. It will be plus 7886.72. And the whole thing, key calculator, I get 68736.275. This is perimeter. This is total surface area. I already minus the circle. You see this 2 base area, remember just now when we find the area of the cross-sectional area, we already minus the circle, remember? So this is already minus, the area is already minus off. Okay, so come, round off this to 3SF. You need to add because cannot see who's the smiling face. Yeah. Good. You are getting better and rounding off to 3SF. So 1, 2, 3. So this 3 tells me that my 7 need to remain the same. Again, I need to have compulsory 0. So must put this 2 0. So this is total surface area. So it's cm squared. Okay, so this perimeter of the base times the height will actually settle all the faces at the so-called the wall plus the curved surface area of the inside hollow one, then plus 2 base area, which is the shaded one that we have found in A part 1. So you can see that all in all, every time, okay, we always just use, as long as you know that it's a prism, you always use this formula. The only thing you need to the first very important part that you need to know is to identify what is the cross-sectional area, uniform cross-sectional area. This question, uniform cross-sectional area is a triangle. This question, the uniform cross-sectional area is the circle. This uniform cross-sectional area is this triangle plus rectangle minus the circle. So once we always calculate the base area and know what's our cross-sectional area shape, we always use the same formula to find the total surface area. And that's how I get the perimeter of the shaded area, multiply by the height of the prism, then plus the 2 base area. That 2 base area already removed the circle. So we just plug and play only. Okay, I'm not so sure about your Malaysia or okay, I know IGCSE a lot of there are questions usually they will tell you to round off to either 3SF or 2DP blah blah blah. Okay, then as for Singapore, for those who are taking O level, okay, by default, if they never request for like 3SF or 2SF or 2DP or whatever, our default is we automatically round off to 3SF. Okay, I don't know about Malaysia. I'm not so sure about Malaysia. Yeah. Okay, so for us, O level by default, when it is not exact, especially when we use pi, when our answer is not exact, we always round them off to 3SF. IG require a minimum of 3SF. I remember IG one, the question very straightforward. They will usually tell you whether they want it in terms of pi or they want you to round off to 3SF or they want you to round off to 3DP or 2DP. Yes, angles will be 1 dp. But take note, angles in degree is 1 dp. But angles in radian must be 3SF. Okay? Okay, now next, the popular question. Okay, whenever this question come out, I tell you, 90% of the time my student will ask me, Cher, how to do this question? Cher, how to do this question? Okay, find the mass when the density is given. And this is so good and so kind that they give you the formula. Density is equals to mass divided by volume. So if let's say they never give you this formula, by looking at the unit, you actually already know it's mass divided by volume. See, gram over cm cube. So I already know that density, the formula is mass divided by volume by looking at the units. Usually we convert to meter square, no? Standard units. No. No need. Unless they request. The diagram is this. Yes, sometimes we forget the formula for density. Just look at the unit. Gram per cm cube. Gram definitely is mass, ma. Cm cube is definitely volume. So we know it's mass divided by volume. Okay? Can the diagram okay? I want to continue. Okay, then you see here. So now over here, they want you to find the mass. So you look at this one. D over 1 is equals to M over V. So in order to find the mass, cross multiply, do you agree that mass is equals to density times volume? Okay, so now I know I need to find my mass and I need to do density times volume. The density will be this 2.6. And one thing I need you to take note is look at the unit. Gram per cm cube. It means that the volume I'm going to key here, I'm going to put here, it must be in cm cube. Okay, and be careful. Don't go and plug and take this number. This is total surface area. So the volume is actually just now the first part, second part here that we found. And again, do not use the rounded off one. We're going to use the long number. So I'm going to use the 591504. So this one is multiplied by 591504. And we will get 1537910.40. So again, round off to 3SF. Okay, I never even passed P5 and will never be. Okay, for those who are like I'm in primary school now it's already PSLE coming Okay, if P1 to P4 are manageable, so P5 a lot of times students will just go down the hill because P5 they introduce a lot of topics. Okay, so yeah, if you already lost, you already have to get a tutor but of course now P6 PSLE coming already a bit too late but if you're still in P5, go and get a math tutor to cover to catch up on your topic. Don't give up. Don't give up. Okay, of course, if let's say you left 1 month, you want to shoot up from U grade up to A1, maybe it's not possible, but at least aim for a pass lah. Do you get points deducted for not providing units in your work? Work is fine. Final answer, no unit, will deduct. Can you use triangle formula in the exam and get the mark? What do you mean? You mean like, for example, over here. Okay, like for example, I see when I do all this, touch shoot, you write everything, and then after that your final answer, you got it wrong. Right? But at least you show these steps. The teacher, when they mark, they see that they know you know the concept. They will give you 1 mark for the concept, although you get the answer wrong. Okay? Okay. So, how anybody tell me? Oh, someone already reply. Wow, who so good? This one, you know, it become 254. Your 1 million, you round off to 2 million. Wow, I also want . Okay, so 3SF, 1, 2, 3. So this number behind is 7. I need to round the 3 up. So it's 154. And then after that, I have to count how many 0 I need behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 4 0. So then what's the unit? The mass, look at the unit here, is gram per cm cube. So the mass will be gram. Okay, so that is for part C. So now let's move to part D. For part B, why need to plus pi 4? Pi times 40. Because you need the inside hollow, right? There's also a curved surface area, which is the cylinder, which is pi dh. Wow, thanks for the perfume. So cute, got perfume one. Okay, so that's why we have a pi times 40. Can? Because the inside is hollow, there is a curved surface area that you need to include. Now I smell very nice because I got perfume now. Okay. Okay, so now next, this one actually very easy. When they say the solid is melted, so whenever they say melted, okay, the volume remain the same. Volume remain same. Yes, parameter Parameter outside, yes, but this one is shaded area, so I have to include this as well. Like primary school, when they ask, okay, let's say you throw away everything and you put this one, the shaded area. If I ask you, find the parameter of the shaded region, not just the outside 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 80, you also need to plus the inside because there is a hole being cut. Okay, so this one, the volume remain the same. So I'm going to use the same volume, which is this one, the long number. So we will take cube root because they are saying that it become into a cube. And all these are equal because it's cube. So it means that cube root, my L will be equals to cube root 591504. So when you press the calculator, it is 83.943. So round off the 3SF, 83.9 cm. So that will be the length of the cube. Okay, so when they say melted, this is not engineering math. Engineering math got so easy. It's just that you see this density equals to mass over volume. You thought it's engineering math. No, this is just mensuration, volume, total surface area of prism, sphere, pyramid, and cone, and all these are the solid. Okay, so that is for question number 3. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. We are done with prism. So now next is we're going to do pyramid. Pyramid. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so pyramid shall come out, right? And pyramid use a lot of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, help me to like and share. For those who haven't followed me, please remember to follow me. Let me take a sip of water first, okay? So for those who haven't joined my Telegram channel, go to my bio link, click on the link, and then the last button, go to my Telegram channel, whereby you can find the PDF worksheet for today lesson. And then the second button, go to my YouTube channel. There's a lot of gems inside my YouTube channel. So you can go to my YouTube channel, and under my videos, you can search for the topic that you want. Most likely, you will find videos there, and then you can actually just follow the videos there and then just revise your work. Okay, let's move on. Over here, this is a solid pyramid with a rectangular base 16 times 11. M and N is the midpoint, and they tell you that the volume of the pyramid is 880. So they ask you to find the height of the pyramid. So first, you need to know what's the formula to find volume of pyramid. Volume of pyramid. As long as you see that there's a vertex here, vertex. Okay, it will be with a 1/3. So it's 1/3 times base area times height. So that's the formula to find volume of pyramid. So now come back to here. So over here, my base area is the rectangle. So it's 16 times 11. Over here, I have to form the formula equation because my volume of pyramid is given. So I will say 1/3 times 16 times 11 times the height is equals to 880. This one is applying this formula. My base area is a rectangle. That's why I changed to 16 times 11. The height is unknown. You're supposed to find. Volume of the pyramid is given. So that's how you form the equation. So in this case, we will have this one will be 176/3 times h is equals to 880. So to find the height, so therefore the VO, which is the height, it will be 880 divided by 176/3. So when you press the calculator, your VO is simply just 15 cm. Okay, so that will be the height of the pyramid. Yes, Singapore math, but I definitely believe that IGCSE or even Malaysia, you all definitely learn all this topic. Because, yes, all these are very general topic that's covered for all syllabus in all country. It's only a matter of which sequence, the sequence that when they're going to test it. Yes, you do not need all these things in real life, but yes, you need to do all these things for your academic to get your exam for your qualification. Okay, no matter what, we will still need the qualification in order to advance to further study. Still have not used Pythagoras theorem. Not yet lah. Total surface area, we will be using it. Okay, how do you remember all these formula in exam? Okay, so you know that all these formulas are important. You write it in your short notes. So then just before the exam, you will take a look at your short notes to memorize the formula. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to find the total surface area of the pyramid. So in this case, I'm going to draw the net of the pyramid so that you can visualize better. So in this case, if I'm going to open this up, okay, open up, you will have a rectangle base with 4 triangle. Okay, with 4 triangle. So to find the total surface area, I need to find the area. During exam, you cannot Google all this formula. You don't talk rubbish here. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so over here, total surface area. The area of the base is very easy. It's just the rectangle, 16 times 11. So now the question is, the triangle, you need half times base times height. Okay, half times base times height. So the base we definitely have half times base times height. So the base we definitely have, which is 11. So now the question is, how am I going to find the Vn? Okay, we're going to use Pythagoras theorem. So just now we already find my height. So I'm going to fill in the blank. This one is my height, 15. So I need my Vn. So what I do is, I usually will draw out the triangle. Okay, maybe I highlight. So this yellow color is this. This is V, this is N, and this is 15, this is O. ON, see here, ON, this A, B is 16, ON is half of it, so it's 8. 16 divided by 2 is 8, so this one is 8. So I need to find my Vn. This Vn, I shall label this as height 1. This height 1, where is it? When you go here, this is 11. This is height 1, which I want the height 1 in order to find the area of the triangle. Okay? Is MB half of 16? Yes, it is. Because over here, you see, they say M and N are midpoints of AB and BC respectively. No, the triangles are not congruent. Only these two triangles is exactly the same. This pair is different. This one set, this is another one set. So there's actually two sets of triangle over here. Two sets. So I already settled the height 1 for this pair of triangle. Now I need to find this one, which is my H2. So H2, how do you draw? I'm going to draw another triangle here. I'm going to use another color. Use orange color. So it will be this one. So label the alphabet is easier. So this is V, this is O, and this is M. So VO we already know is 15. MO is here, which is half of 11. See, MO is half of 11. So this one is 5.5. So this is my H2. So let's find, now I'm ready to find my area, my total surface area. So my total surface area, it will be equals to 2 of this triangle, 2 of this triangle plus the rectangle. So I'm going to do 16 times 11, that's the rectangle. And I have 2 of the triangle, so it's 2 bracket half times base, which is 11, times the height, which is height 1, which is, I haven't find, sorry. So my H1 over here, see, this is the hypotenuse. It will be 15 square plus 8 square square root, and that will give us 17 cm. So that's my height 1, which is here. Then after that, we have another pair, this one. So it's 2 half times, the base in this case is 16. So it's half times 16 times H2. Okay, H2 haven't find. So again, this is the hypotenuse. So my H2 will be 5.5 square plus 15 square and square root. And that will give us 15.9765. So this one will be 15.9765. I already did the cylinder in front. I will be doing sphere behind. Now we are doing pyramid. Okay. So 16 times 11 give me 176. This one give me 187. This one will give me 255.624. Add them together, I get 618.624. Rhombus very easy one. Rhombus is just later I talk about it. Remind me if I forgot about rhombus. Let me complete this question first. So round this off to 3SF. What do you get? 3SF, Justin. One, two, three. So what should it be? No, not 620. Yeah, 619. So it should be 619 cm square. 3. Yeah, 619. So it should be 619. Yeah, 619. So it should be 619 cm square. 3SF. Okay, so that is how you do for pyramid. So volume is very easy. Volume is just 1/3 times base area times height. Okay, so the base area sometimes is a rectangle, sometimes is a square. Okay, in this case it's a rectangle. So when you have a rectangle, means that you have two sets of triangle. If your base is a square, that means your fourth triangle is identical. You only need to find one height, and then you can just times 4 triangle and plus the square. If the base is a square. But my base now is a rectangle, that's why I have two sets of triangle. And the height, always just draw out a separate right angle triangle. Okay, like what I did now. So the yellow color is to find the height 1. The orange color is to find the height 2. And then after that, just sub it in. And then you will find the total surface area. Okay, so that will be pyramid. Okay, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the rhombus. So just now a student asked, how about rhombus? How to find area of a rhombus? Rhombus is flat. So it's how to find area of a rhombus? Rhombus is flat. So it's only area. Okay, so area of rhombus. I'm going to just use random number. Okay, so let's say this is 20, 20, 20, and 20. So rhombus is a so-called a slanted square, correct? And the very important property of a rhombus is the diagonal are perpendicular to each other. So the diagonal is perpendicular to each other. So the very important property of a rhombus is the inside diagonal is 90 degrees. Okay? So yeah, of course, this question I need more information. So let's say I have my diagonal. Let's say I tell you my diagonal it's 30. Okay? So let's just say that my diagonal, okay, I'm going to put A, B, C, D. So let's say I'm given my BD is equals to 30 cm. Okay? So then the question is, how am I going to find the area? Question mark. So this is like the question. Okay, so BD is 30, the diagonal. And also the next thing is you need to know that they bisect each other. That means this and this is equal. This and this is equal. So with this, since my BD is equals to 30, so over here, this one is 15. So I shall label this middle one called X. So my BX, therefore BX will be equals to 15 cm. So now look at one of the triangle. See here like that. A, X, and B. This is 20. Then this one, we already found that it's 15. So I can find my AX by using Pythagoras theorem. So my AX is 20 square minus 15 square and square root. Okay, so 20 square minus 15 square and square root, that will give us 13.228. Okay? So now you know that your so-called height of the triangle is 13.228. So how do you find area of the rhombus? These four triangles, they are exactly the same. They are congruent. So therefore, area of the rhombus, I just do 4. Then after that, half times base times height. The base is 15. And the height is this AX, 13.228. Okay. So half times 15 times 13.228. Then after that multiply by 4. So we will have then after that multiply by 4. So we will have 396.84 cm square. So that's how you find area of rhombus. Understand? So of course some students also say, sure, can find this triangle, then after that times 2 or not? It's the same. If you use this bigger triangle, half times BD times the height, then you just times 2 only. You will still get the same answer. It's just that why I use a smaller triangle, because I do need to find this in order to find my height of the triangle. Correct now? Okay? So this is how you find area of a rhombus. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 5. Question 3. Question 3 is this one. The replay will only be uploaded tomorrow. Okay, so now question 5. Let's take a look at question number 5. Okay, we need to be quick. Come. Question number 5. Open. Okay, highlight the word open. Okay, my 5 here. Open means the top is not covered. Okay, so they say that it is a cylindrical container. Height 60. 60 is from here to here. Radius 18. A solid metal pyramid of height 30 and the square base of 5 cm inside here is put into the container. Water then is poured into the container to a depth of 40. So in other words, currently the depth of the water will be 40 cm. Question 3 is this one. Okay, so PDF worksheet get from the Telegram channel. The TikTok replay will be uploaded tomorrow. Go to my YouTube channel and find. Okay, now I'm at question number 5. So in this question, they asked to find the volume of the pyramid. So volume of the pyramid, I simply take 1/3 times the base area. In this case, the base area, because it's square base, so it's 5 times 5. So it's 5 times 5. And the height of the pyramid, it is 30. So this is just 250 cm cube. Very straightforward. Yes, 750. What thing 750? 750 is this part. But because it's a pyramid, remember to multiply the 1/3. N-jig planar. Okay? N-jig planar. Okay? Times 1/3. Okay, so now volume of the water poured into the container. Never mind. Just remember to multiply by 1/3 to find the volume of pyramid. Okay? So volume of the water poured inside. So you see, when you have the solid pyramid inside the container, it occupies space. So it occupies 250. Then when water pour in, the height of the water becomes 40 cm cube. But the amount of the water, okay, you will have to find the volume of this so-called the shaded part here with the 40 height. Then I have to minus away the pyramid volume in order to know what is the volume of the water that is being poured in. So I need to find the so-called cylinder, the shaded one. So it will be pi r square height. And I'm going to minus the pyramid volume, which is 250. So we have 40715.0. So we have 40715.04079 minus 250. We get 40465.04079. So round it up to 3SF. What should we get? Okay, you have to minus away the solid pyramid in order to know how much water was poured in. Because the pyramid actually occupies space as well. So after rounding off, what do you get? 3SF. Good. Okay, 40500 cm cube. Okay, so 3SF. So that will be the answer for this one. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. Okay, this is also a popular question which a lot of students cannot visualize. Okay, we are given a quadrant in this case. So not necessary that it's always quadrant. Sometimes it is a sector. But it's the same concept. It's the same concept. What 415? It's 405, not 415. Okay, look over here. So in this diagram, a quadrant of radius 10 cm is used to form this cone. Okay, so you need to know that when we imagine this is a piece of paper right in front of you, and you need to reshape it into a cone. So you need to know that OB is actually the slant height here, and this A is also at here. So it's like, okay, you got to turn this OB will meet this OA. Okay, and the very important concept is this is the same as this, and this same as this, and this arc here you got to turn and it become the circumference of the base cone. Okay, this is a very important concept. So the OB radius of the quadrant, it becomes the slant height of the cone. So this one is 10. So in this part A, they ask you to find the radius of the cone. That means they ask you to find what is this radius over here. So how to find this radius is you need to go and find what is the arc of this quadrant. So we're going to use the circumference of a circle, which is pi d, and then multiply it by the 1/4 because it's a quadrant. So let's find the arc AB first, which is 1/4 multiplied by pi d, which is 1/4 multiplied by pi 20, and that will give us 15.70796. Okay, so this yellow color is the same as the circumference of the new base. So our formal equation, I will say, okay, pi d or 2 pi r, you want to use 2 pi r also can. Okay, so let's say I use 2 pi r. So 2 pi r, which is this one, is equals to the arc 15.70796. So to find the radius, I will just take 15.70796 divided by 2 pi. And we will have 2.49995. Round off to 3SF, 2.50. Although over here they ask us to round off to 2, show that it's 2.5. But when we round off over here, we put 3SF. So you can just put 2.50 cm, 3SF, and you can write shown. Okay, so this is a very important concept. So like, look at my diagram, the orange color and the yellow color. So now, after that, I need to find the volume of the cone. So volume of the cone, I have to find the height. I need the height of the cone. And in this case, I will have to use Pythagoras theorem. So if I'm going to redraw the triangle, this is 10. The height you have to find. This one is this one. I'm going to write the long one. So it is 2.49995. So let's find the height first. So it will be 10 square minus 2.49995 square and square root. And we will get 9.68247. So that will be the height of the cone. Okay, height of the cone. So with this, we can round it. We can now find the volume of the cone. So take note, volume of cone, the formula 1/3, because again it has a vertex, right? So it's 1/3 times pi r square. My r is this one, 2.49995 square, and the H will be this 9.68247, and you will get 63.3716. Again, round it off to 3SF, so we have 63.4 cm cube. Okay, so this is also, can we use arc length formula? Arc length formula can, but the thing is, since, okay, if let's say you want to use the radian arc length formula, it will be just r theta, right? So make sure that you use pi over 4, because r theta, the formula is, your angle must be in radian. But if let's say you want to use a degree formula, you can just use 90 degree. For those who actually attended my the last Wednesday lesson, remember I teach on how to find the angle. You can just take 90 degree divided by 90 degree over 360 multiplied by pi d. You will still get the same thing. For part A, how you get the 20? See here, this is a quadrant, correct? Ten is my radius, so the diameter is 20. That's how I get 20. The volume of a cone is the same as volume of a pyramid. Yes! The only difference is the base area, you have to see what shape lor. For cone, the shape is a circle ma. That's why we use pi r square. For pyramid, the base is a square or a rectangle. So that's why we use either length times breadth or length times length. So as long as there's a vertex, that means we have a 1/3 in front. Yes, it's 2 times 10 to get the 20 here. Huh? Okay, so this is an important question. Okay, this is an important question. Okay, a lot of times they come out this kind of question. So not necessarily it's a quadrant. Like I mentioned, it can be a sector and turn into a cone. So not necessarily it's a quadrant. Like I mentioned, it can be a sector. Quadrant, like I mentioned, it can be a sector and turn into a cone. But it's the same concept. The only difference is this is 90 degree. If it's a sector, then you just use the angle accordingly. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the question number 7. So, I've covered prism, pyramid, and cone. So now let's talk about hemisphere over here. Okay, this question, there's a missing diagram. Okay, there's a missing diagram, so I'm going to draw it here. Over here, they say container. That container is not here, so there's a missing diagram. So the container is a cylinder. And it has a diameter 12. And it has a height 4. This is not drawn to scale. Okay, so this is a container. Okay, there's a missing diagram in this question. This question. So a hemisphere pan is completely filled with 13 liters of soup. So this pan has 13 liters of soup. As many containers as possible are completely filled with the soup from the pan. So it's like, okay, you're going to pour the soup into the container, okay? So they're asking you how many containers can be filled up with your 13 liters of soup. So the first thing is I need to find out what is the volume of the container first. So volume of the container, very easy because it's a cylinder. So it's just pi 6 square. Diameter is 12, the radius is 6. So it's pi 6 square multiplied by 4. That gives us 452.3893. To find the number of the container, I'm going to use 13 liters. You need to know that 1 liter is equals to 1000 ml. And ml is exactly the same as cm cube. So you need to know this. So with this, 13 liter means it's 13,000 cm cube. So therefore, I take 13,000 divided by 452.3893. And we get 28.7363. So take note, they ask what is the number of, so take note, they ask what is the number of container that you can fill up. Although the number behind the 8 is 7, but you cannot round this up because you are limited with 13,000 cm cube of soap. So you can only fill up completely 28 containers. So in this question, you need to round it down. So it is 28 container. Understand? Because I only have 13,000 cm cube. I can only fill up 28 plus container. But for a complete container, I only have 28 containers. Okay, so remember this one have to round down. Okay. So next, they say, calculate the volume of the soap which is left in the pan after you give left. So after filling up 28 container, what is the remaining soap left? So this one, I just take 13,000. I'm going to minus away 28 of the container. So 28 times 452.3893. And we get 333.0996. So round this off to 3SF, that means my remaining will have 3. We get 333.0996. So round this off to 6. So round this off to 3SF, that means my remaining will have 333 cm cube. 3SF. No, this one they say round off to giving your answer in cubic size. Oh, can Now this is just the unit, cm cube. So mine is cm cube and then I round off to 3SF. Okay, so that will be the remaining left in the pan. Okay, last part. Okay, last part is actually not that tough. Okay, when they say I need to form the formula. I need to form the formula. So they say calculate the radius of this hemisphere's pan, giving your answer correct to the nearest millimeter. So what we're going to do is, what is the formula to find volume of a hemisphere? So we are given volume of a sphere. I'm going to write out here. I'm going to write out here. Volume of sphere. Formula is 4/3 pi r cube. Sphere is a full circle. It's a full solid. It's like a football, soccer ball. My drawing sucks. Okay, aga. Now you are rough. This is a full sphere. Hemisphere is half of a sphere. So it means that this I have to use 4/3 pi r cube times half. So that's the volume of a hemisphere. So I take the volume of a sphere times half. That will be volume of a hemisphere. Sorry, I take volume of a sphere, yes, times half the hemisphere. And I just equal it to 13,000 because I know the volume of my hemisphere. So it's equal it to 13,000. Then I need to solve this equation and find out what is my error. Right, so 4/3 times half is 2/3. So it's 2/3 pi r cube is equals to 13,000. My r cube equals to 13,000 divided by 2/3 pi. So my r cube will become 6207.042781. So to find my radius, I just need to cube root this. So r is equals to cube root this 627.042781, and we will have 18.377. Round it off to take note of this one. Oh yeah, I cannot round off first. Why? Because this one is cm. This is cm. They want mm. So I need to change it to mm first. So 1 cm is 10 mm. If you forget, you can just look at your ruler. We have 10 mm equals to 1 cm. So times 10, I get 183.77 mm. Round off to the nearest means round off to the nearest whole number. So in this case, it will be 184 mm. So that will be my, this is not 3SF, this is nearest mm. So that will be the radius of this hemisphere pen. Thanks for the rows. Okay. So that is how you do this question. Okay, we're going to move on to the last question. Last question for the day. Okay, we already OT 202 minutes. Okay, so this is a combination of a cone and a hemisphere. Okay, so in this question, all I need to do is, I'm given 15 here. It means that I'm going to just dot. Okay, so 15 the inside, 17 is over here. So again, this is a right angle triangle. If you draw out, I'm going to highlight and show you. So the radius is here, the radius is here, this is 17 and this is 15. So to find the radius, you just use Pythagoras theorem, correct? So to find the area, simply take 17 square minus 15 square and square root, and that's how you get 8 cm. Shown. Okay, so this is 8 cm. Easy peasy. By now, it's all very easy already. Okay, let's move on to the last part. Now, they ask you to find the surface area of the toy. Okay, you need to know, look at the diagram. Some students, they say, oh, total surface area of this solid. They go and memorize that, okay, total surface area of a cone is pi RL plus pi R squared. Then they say, oh, okay, I'm going to use also the hemisphere. Hemisphere, the formula, they go and use 4 pi R squared times half the curved surface, and then they go and plus the pi R squared. So they do two separate formula and then they add them together. Okay, then they say add them together. Yeah, that's the common mistake. So you need to visualize. You need to visualize this diagram right in front of you. Okay, this toy right in front of you. You only paint the surface area that you see. Okay, you only paint the area that you see. So that is the total surface area. So this solid right in front of you, you only see the curved surface area of the cone as well as the hemisphere. So actually there's only two faces. Understand? So in this case, so I will know that, okay, the surface area of the toy I only have the pi RL. Pi RL is the curved surface area of the cone. And then I want the hemisphere curved surface area. So it is plus 4 pi R squared times half. Okay, again, why is it 4 pi R squared? Just now we have the... Okay, this formula, this one, is for full sphere. Then I times half is because now we are doing a hemisphere, correct? Then I times half is because now we are doing a hemisphere, correct? Then I times half is because now we are doing a hemisphere, correct? So surface area are pi RL. So I will just take pi times 8 times 17 plus 4 pi 8 squared times half. So we have 136 pi plus 128 pi, and we have 829.3804. So round it off to 3SF, 829 cm squared. So that is the surface area of the toy. Okay, so remember, you only find the surface that you see. You see the inside circle, the pi r square, you don't see it because they are already inside. So you don't go and plug, you don't dismantle your toy, go and paint the base of the cone, paint the top of the hemisphere, then you go and stick it back. It's waste of material. You are wasting your paint to paint the inside when it's not being seen. You understand? So now the last step. So the last step seems like very difficult, but you see, when they tell you that the company wants to make a miniature version of the toy, and they tell you that the volume of the miniature toy is 1/6 of the actual toy. Calculate the radius of the miniature toy. Okay, take note. The trick is when you want to make a miniature version, it is a similar solid. So they are actually similar solids. Similar means that it is the same shape but different size. So in this case, we will use the volume related to the length ratio. So in this case, okay, our volume ratio, I will use VA would be the actual. No, I want to use VS. Okay, VS is the smaller one over the VB. VB is the bigger one. So in this case, VS is the smaller, S represent the miniature, B represent the actual toy. They tell us that the volume ratio is 1/6. Because they are similar solid, okay, our length ratio, LA over LB, is equals to cube root 1/6. Okay, length ratio is the same as my radius ratio. Our toy, we have our radius, which is 8 cm. So over here, I'm going to say, okay, so that means my area A, which is the one that you're supposed to find, over my radius B is equals to RA, you don't know, but this one you have it. So therefore, RA over 8 is equals to cube root 1/6. Yes, it's a common mistake that students will just take the radius divided by 6. But volume ratio and length ratio, they are not related 1:1. Okay? Yes, the similarity formula. That's the tricky part. Okay, so just to recap, we always have like length ratio, right? Then we have our area ratio, which is using length ratio and square it. Then we have our volume ratio, which is using the length ratio and cube it. Basically, I'm using this. So with this, we can form, we can solve it. So now I'm going to settle the cube root. I'm going to cube both sides. So I have RA cube over A cube equals to 1/6. So in this case, when I cross multiply, I will have 6 RA cube is equals to 512. Yes, 512. So my RA cube will be 512 divided by 6. My RA will be cube root 512/6, and that will give us 4.402. Round off to 3SF, 4.40 cm. 3SF. And we're done. Right? So this last part, some students may go and use, form the volume of the toy formula and equal it to a smaller, blah, blah, blah. No need. So the trick is this is similar solid. So volume to length is cube, yes. And also, just an extra information, if they ask you for the mass, mass 1 over mass 2. Mass 1 over mass 2 is the same as the volume ratio. So in other words, mass ratio, it is length ratio cube as well. Which one? Oop! Okay, yes, alright, 516. This one's supposed 512, 512 over 6. Thanks, Raphael. Okay, so that's how you do this last part of the question. So well done. Okay, we did 8 questions today.